Love is not a story. A story begins and ends. Love does not. A story depends on time, a before, a during, and an after. Love is before time, beyond time, untouched by the clock that births beginnings and buries endings. A story needs a narrator. Love has none. It cannot be told because there is no distance between the teller and the told. To tell it is already to leave it. A story thrives on conflict. Someone wants, someone resists, something changes. Without contrast, the story dies. But love does not need opposition to live. Love is. It does not triumph over anything. It does not conquer or surrender. It has no victory lap and no heartbreak scene. It simply remains. A story has characters. Masks pretending to be real. They have faces, names, desires, fears. They move through settings and seasons, chasing meaning where there was only projection. But love has no characters, only being. Only what cannot be divided into parts or personalities. There are no lovers in love, only love appearing as two until the illusion fades. A story has motivation. It needs a why. Why did he do this? Why did she feel that? But love has no reason. Love does not happen for something. It is not the product of attraction, chemistry, compatibility, or shared trauma. It does not begin when the music swells or end when the credits roll. It was there before the first word was written and will remain when the page burns. A story seeks resolution. It needs the arc, the payoff, the closing line that makes sense of it all. But love is senseless, not as in meaningless, but as in beyond the senses. It cannot be seen, touched, measured, or proven. It needs no closure because it never opened. It is the stillness in which all stories are dreamed, the silence between the lines. A Course in Miracles teaches that love has no opposite, and that is why it cannot be told. Stories depend on opposites, good and evil, rise and fall, sinner and saint. Remove contrast and the story collapses. But remove contrast and love remains. Love is the backdrop that never moved while the scenes changed. The greatest mistake the ego ever made was calling love a story. It dressed love in costumes and turned eternity into romance. It turned the changeless into a chase, the infinite into a fragment, the holy into the personal. Then it cried when the characters left the stage, never realizing the script was written in sand. People say, that's the greatest love story ever told. But that's just the greatest story ever misunderstood. Love does not need to be told. It needs to be remembered. It was never something two people found. It was what was always there when the finding stopped. Love is not a plot. It is the quiet awareness watching every plot unfold. It does not evolve. It reveals. It does not develop. It is. Where the story seeks depth, love is bottomless. Where the story demands drama, love rests in simplicity. Where the story fears ending, love knows only being. When the story ends, as all stories must, there is that brief silence before the lights come on. That silence is not empty. It is everything. That silence is love. So let the stories come and go. Let the characters kiss and cry and promise forever. But remember, forever is not a promise. It's the truth that never began. Love is not a story. It is the wordless space in which all stories are forgiven. Portrait of a storyteller. A man who believed that love could be written, bound and sold by the chapter. He called it romance. He called it forever. But love was never his to narrate. For the pen he held could only trace shadows across the page, while the light that inspired it never moved. When the book closes, the lovers fade. The scenes dissolve, and the music dies. Yet something remains, still, changeless, untold. Call it silence, call it peace, call it love without a story. Tonight's final chapter was never written in ink, but in eternity, in that quiet place we call the Twilight Zone.